I love Miss Borba for so many reasons. One of them being how involved she is. She's always there to help us, and it's not just like a teacher or student thing, it's more of like a second mother thing. She's always there to make sure we're doing things that we can, and she teaches us right from wrong, and every time I have a problem, she's always there to help me. She never hesitates, and even if it means taking time from her like life, she does it, and she's okay with that. So I just want to say thank you so much, Miss Borba, for always being there for us.
Miss Borba, she's amazing. This is my first year in leadership, and I'm coming next year for 8th grade. It is amazing, and she is just the nicest teacher out of like pretty much any teacher you'll find at Bristow. I just want to thank you, Miss Borba, for everything you do, and thank you for being so awesome. And yeah, thank you.
She is a very creative teacher, and the way she teaches is very, it's not like you're sitting in a classroom just following a plan. You are learning and learning about all these things in science. Thank you, Ms. Boudreau, for being one of the best teachers I've ever had.
Her way of teaching is also very unique. I like the way how it's not just a one plan. It's kind of, you go around, you're not just sitting in a classroom listening to her talk. You're actually doing the one, finding things like a real scientist.
Thank you, Ms. Boudreau, for making me love science again and making me feel more confident about science.
Miss Bradshaw is a wonderful teacher because she really cares about each and every one of her students. She always tries to get them caught up. If they haven't been at school for any reason, she always lets the student get caught up so they can have a better grade, so they can better their education, so they can become a successful adult after high school.
Same question.
She is hardworking, she's dedicated, and everything she does is for the better of her students. So she's always trying to make us more successful people now, so out in the real world we can succeed as well.
Ms. Bradshaw brings so much love and light to the classroom. She's so kind-hearted. She just loves her students. She always makes sure we do the best and always makes sure we try it out for everything and takes every opportunity.
Thank you, Ms. Bradshaw, TLC fan for life!
She's a really good teacher. Whenever we don't understand something, she tries to explain it very clearly. Thank you, Ms. Ridley, for giving me such a great education.
I think she's so great because she really teaches us well, and she gives us great activities to do to help us get our education. Thank you, Mrs. Shijushi, for teaching me so well.
I like about Ms. Colburn is that in math and when we're doing Chromebooks, she always explains what we're doing, and she makes it so wonderful that we can all just have fun. Thank you, Ms. Colburn, for the best 4th grade and 3rd grade years that I had with you.
One thing I like about Ms. Colburn is that whenever we need help, she'll come right away and help us. Thank you, Ms. Colburn, for being my 4th grade teacher.
I think he's really passionate about what he's teaching, and for me, I wasn't really interested in the scientific part, but I think his enthusiasm is really contagious. Thank you, Ms. Freitag, for loving oceanography so much and spreading the care for science and nature.
Mr. Freitag is an awesome teacher. He's very enthusiastic about what he teaches. One of the most beneficial things to his students is he's really good at his job. Thank you, Mr. Freitag, for bringing all your experiences that you've had to Diablo Valley College and to our class. We really appreciate it.
She's really helpful, especially when you're in writing, and she gives a lot of tips for reading and writing, and she helped me write my 2nd book of the year, And I think she really deserves this award because she's always energetic, and she even though she's tired, she always awakens us. Thank you, Miss Giota, for helping us.
Miss Giota is special because she makes everybody feel like they can give all their energy. She doesn't make us feel like we don't have to raise our hand. She makes us feel like we can raise our hand and share our ideas with the whole classroom. Thank you, Miss Giota, for making me have a love in reading.
Miss Gonzalez is nice, and she helps me with her homework. Thank you, Miss Gonzalez, for being a great middle school teacher and helping me with my homework.
Mrs. Gonzalez throws a lot of fun parties, and she's really nice. Thank you, Mrs. Gonzalez, for being such a great teacher this year.
Overall, just putting much more effort into her students and her passion, and that's primarily why I think she's just such a great teacher. Ms. Harvey, thank you for all of your passion and love. Just knowing that you're there every day for us, purely just for us, is what makes my day a better day. So thank you.
Well, Miss Harvey, more so than maybe any teacher I've ever had, really cares about what she's teaching. She cared about the subject, she had an interesting way to teach it, and she always valued student input. Thank you, Mrs. Harvey, for giving me a love of U.S. history that I would never have had otherwise. You made that entire year of learning incredibly fun and exciting, and I am now considering studying history in college, largely because of that class, and I don't know that that would have been the case had I not had a teacher that cared as you did.
Because she's really nice and she teaches you a lot of stuff. Thank you, Miss Whitaker, for being the best teacher in the world.
I wanted to be in her class because she was the teacher of my sister. My sister said she was the best teacher in the school. Thank you, Miss Whitaker, for being the best teacher.
Well, she's just such a wonderful and kind person, and she really wants all of us to succeed in her class, and she really pushes us to really dive deep into really the nuanced perspective of history, of both accepting the conflicting sides of history, and to really get a in-depth and immersive experience of American history. Thank you, Mrs. Honey, for teaching us this year and being such a wonderful person.
Mrs. Honey is a really enthusiastic person. She has just a lot of knowledge on various topics, and I think she has a really good ability to make students want to learn and engage in learning and make it a lot more fun.
Thank you, Mrs. Honey, for being such a great teacher. You made me love APUSH 10 times more than when I started, and I feel like I've learned so much from you, so I really appreciate it, and I'm so glad that you won. Thank you.
The thing I like about Miss Hornes is she helps us, she never lets us down, and she's a fun teacher.
The most thing I like of Miss Hornes is she's helpful and she teaches you step by step.
Thank you, Miss Hornes, for never letting me down.
Thank you, Miss Hornes, for helping me every time when I'm stuck on a problem.
What makes her a good teacher is that she helps you through everything, and she never lets you down no matter what. Ms. Hornes, thank you for dealing with me for the whole entire year.
She teaches us our manners, and she teaches us how to spell, and so we have sight words to use too that she made us. Thank you, Miss Laurie, for teaching us our letters. I like my teacher because she's really nice and super funny. Thank you, Mrs. Laurie, for being the best teacher ever.
I love Miss Mara because she's an amazing, helpful teacher. She's always there to help.
never fails to make you smile, always enthusiastic, just overall a great teacher. Thank you, Miss Mara, for being such a helpful, wonderful teacher.
I think Mrs. Mara is a great teacher because she's really enthusiastic with what she does, and she loves what she does, and she's just always in the classroom helping out kids at lunch and at break, and she just never stops, and I don't know, she's just a great teacher. Thank you, Mrs. Mara, for teaching me this year, and I'm really gonna use what I learned this year next year, and thank you.
Mrs. Quinn can be really helpful at times when you're trying to figure out the pattern of math, and she can be really nice. Thank you, Mrs. Quinn, for helping me figure out the pattern of math.
Mrs. Quinn, she's a nice teacher, and she teaches us math and multiplication and division and subtraction, and she's really nice. Thank you, Mrs. Quinn, for being the nicest teacher ever.
I would say what makes you a great teacher would be your ability to engage with students and understand their difficulties and help them through it. Gracias, Ms. Roy, para being a bien profesora. And the one thing that I admire most about Ms. Roy is that she makes the class very culturally aware. Like, obviously I don't come from like a Hispanic or Latino culture, so it's kind of different and very cool to me to learn about like other cultures, and I appreciate that she exposes us to the difficulties as well as the pros of other cultures. Thank you, Ms. Roy, for teaching us to be well-rounded individuals and exposing us to cultures outside of our own.
I love Ms. Renfro because she's nice to me and makes everything fair. Thank you, Ms. Renfro, for teaching me new things I never knew.
What's so good about her is like when I was in 4th grade, I used to be like so bad, and then like when I was in 5th grade, it was like she had changed me because she was like so strict, and like I didn't know when to get in trouble by her, so I changed and I became good. Thank you, Ms. Renfro, for changing me.
I think that Miss Stewart is a very kind and patient teacher, and when we have a question, she'll always be there for us, and she'll answer the question very kindly and be patient enough to wait while we're learning about whatever the question is. Thank you, Ms. Stewart, for being a kind and patient and loving teacher, and you'll always be there for us, and you'll help us solve our everyday problems.
I've learned so much from her, and she teaches openly and with a warm smile every day, and I just think that like I can depend on her when I need her, and I've just learned so much from her. Thank you, Ms. Stewart, for being there when I need you and teaching me so many amazing things this year.
He's really fun. He used to do cartwheels inside the classroom, and we would jump over pillows, and it would be fun. Like we would play music together, and like sometimes we would just dance. Thank you, Mr. Taylor, for being a good teacher and having fun.
For me, I really like the way he explains how we're supposed to go about performing our project. And then he's just a very eccentric character, so it makes school a little less dull. Thank you, Mr. Trowbridge, for making school less dull.
Mr. Trowbridge is very helpful and has a nice sense of humor, so he's really easy to get along with, and I can ask him any questions and I won't feel worried about it.
Thank you, Ms. Tutrovich, for being such an awesome teacher and helpful supervisor.
She's a good teacher because she does fun stuff in class. She's a good teacher. Thank you, Mrs. Ware, for teaching us how to learn, and I don't know anything else.
The reason I like Mrs. Ware is because she has fun stuff. She creates fun stuff from scratch, like in reading, rolling a dice to decide what post-it you should make on each page. Thank you, Mrs. Ware, for being an awesome teacher.